Please don't forget to subscribe and like this video.
Take a look at this guy. It's a skateboard for your camera. So I picked this guy up on Amazon pretty recently, actually. Apart from being totally sick, I can tell you from the limited amount of testing that I've done already that this is going to be a really, really useful piece of camera gear. It's an awesome concept, and it's the kind of thing that I kind of just really want it to work well. Luckily it did, so no worries there. So far I've been really, really happy. So the idea behind this, I was looking to get a little bit more camera movement into the videos we do here. There have been a couple of bits of B-roll that I've shot recently where I've just been, you know, really desperate to add just a little bit of movement in there. And this is going to make all of that possible. Usually filmmakers and things, they'll use, you know, dollies. There'll be like 2 rails and a little component that fits on top. And the camera will slide along like this. You get some nice panning shots. But that has a couple of problems. First of all, the rails are only ever a set length. Okay, let's say 60 centimeters. So you can't go any further forward or further back than 60 centimeters. That's all you've got. Whereas with this, any smooth surface is now your rails. It does have to be a smooth surface, mind you. I did test this on some carpet in my lounge and I didn't get good results. I'll splice in some of the footage here so you guys can see what that looks like. But I was never expecting this to work well on bumpy terrain. Anyway, camera sliders, they're either really small or really expensive. And this is a nice middle ground. This was 66 British pounds, which it's less than $100, okay? Really, really reasonably priced for what it is. Beautifully made, really, really nice. Everything fits together really solidly. Let's take it a little apart here and have a little look. So you've got your dolly section. All the wheels have nice smooth caged ball bearings in them. That's really, really nice. For lack of a better word, the trucks are fully articulating like that, and lock them down with these nice little nuts here, and it rolls really, really nicely. These bendable trucks actually do add a nice amount of flexibility, something you wouldn't necessarily get with oh, that's an interesting one. Yeah, a certain amount of flexibility that you wouldn't necessarily get with just a standard camera dolly on rails. So that's your little skateboard. This comes with it. It's just a standard ball head tripod adapter. Any 3¼ inch thread will fit in there, so no worries there. All of your standard tripod heads will fit. This, by the way, is particularly well made. It's got a lovely bit of resistance in the pan. The ball head as well is nice in the way it articulates, very smooth, just the right amount of resistance. All in all, it works very well. So like I was saying, any smooth surface can now be your camera slider. This item literally arrived at the beginning of this week and I've had very little spare time to test it, but I was able to record a couple of test shots, and I'll like I said, I'll splice those in so you guys can see them over the top of this footage. Everything on it fits together super, super well. I've got absolutely no problems hanging my camera off it. It comes with this kind of generic Arca Swiss plate. I imagine if you have got a tripod or you're a camera person or a filmmaker, you probably own a bunch of these already like I do. And that just pops on the bottom of your camera there and then sits nicely like that. So you've got your camera, you can do nice panning shots like this. Maybe you can set your wheels in like that and do a nice orbit perhaps. Do it like this and you can do a nice push up to the camera or a nice slide back. Pretty much the whatever your imagination can show you. That's what you're going to be able to do with this. One thing I do really like is that they've gone with a proper ball and socket tripod head, not some janky, weird boom arm or anything clever like that. No, just a classic tripod head. Works well. One thing I've actually been using before, which I didn't really anticipate at all, is sometimes I just want to film something here on the workbench, and often I don't want to get the whole tripod out. It's a massive pain in the arse, so just something small and light is the way to go. But I've never felt really confident about leaving my big camera, the camera that's filming this, on some weak little tripod head like this. You know, I have risked it a couple of times and I haven't had good results, but this actually works super well in that application. You just set your camera up like this, put it where you want it, and then obviously, as long as you're not going to smack it about or anything, you can just leave it there. Works brilliantly. It's just like a nice low profile tripod almost. Yeah, all in all, just a nice, well thought out, cheap and useful bit of camera equipment. Expect to see a lot more movement in the B-roll moving forward. It's a camera for your skateboard, guys. Oh, fuck's sake. It's a skateboard for your camera. How could you not like that? All right, just a short episode this week. So that was the newer skateboard camera dolly, I think we're going to call it. If you enjoyed this episode, consider subscribing to the channel. We release 2 videos every week where we find something weird or interesting from the internet and we play with it and basically talk about it. See you in the next episode.
This video was brought to you by DeadeyeClub.com, makers of the Wishbone EDC slingshot. Head over there now and consider picking up their $100 Mischief kit, which includes everything you need to start shooting a slingshot. The Wishbone itself, 3 replacement band sets, and some ammo. It's the most fun you can have for $100 and you'll be supporting the channel.